Hello, handies. How you all doing out there? Welcome to the Too Much Time on Our Hands live stream slash podcast. The podcast hasn't gone up in a while though, so we'll just call it the live stream for the time being. We are going to do Lympics. We're going to do our favorite like pop culture people, what events they take part in at Lympics. When does the Olympics start, by the way?
Fucking tomorrow.
What?
Yeah.
I fucking love the Olympics. It starts tomorrow.
Look, it's great. This is the first podcast under a Labour government, and the Olympics are tomorrow. It's happy fun times all round.
It's kind of we are all excited about the Olympics. Oh,
Olympics!
I thought you said. I thought. We
and Kamala Harris has
about
pretty much sewn up the nomination in the US. Things are looking good.
Yeah, the centre left is doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so just
I'm very excited for the Olympics though, and it's let's face it. It's proper Olympics. God bless the bobsleigh, but the Winter Olympics is the poor cousin, really, isn't it?
I think if you ask American people, they would say the Winter Olympics is every bit as important.
Yeah, because they're the only ones that want to host it.
Having been to a city that hosted the Winter Olympics, I will say it makes your airports fucking huge.
And they've got it next time, haven't they? Or the time after?
I think so, yeah.
I can't remember.
Well, that's a good point.
Because it was actually it was longer ago than I thought. It was 2002.
Yeah.
So, but they've basically got everything ready. So they're just like, yeah, rock up, we'll do it again. Magic.
Haven't a bunch of sports already started, like for the football? I don't know. I have genuinely not been paying any attention to any
They do some stuff, but they keep it on the quiet.
The first game of the Olympic footballs happened yesterday. Argentina versus Morocco, and it was a shit show. Essentially, the officials could have actually been NFL officials. They were that bad.
Who's playing for Argentina? They've literally just finished the Copa America.
Olympic football is not really the pinnacle of the sport, is it?
It's still the national team.
Is it? But it's not though, is it? It's kind of everyone's got to be under 23 except for two players, right? That's the rules.
And like, there's no way that like the FA are going to allow most of the England squad to participate in the Olympics and get.
Well, we don't because we can't put together a team GB. We failed it even for the London Olympics, and then so it was just essentially England.
We put together a team for the London Olympics, didn't we?
Yeah, but it was essentially the England team.
It's not really taken seriously. When we're hosting it, we're going to take it a bit more seriously. But really, nobody gives a toss, do they?
Just the England team, because everyone else is shite. You do know that, right?
I mean, Wales used to have a few good. I mean,
they had Gareth Bale
and Ryan Giggs.
Yeah, and less said about Ryan Giggs, the better, really.
Yeah, even in 2012, they could have had Ryan Giggs. Oh yeah,
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Super John McGinn probably doesn't make the England team. So
I don't know the Scottish team. I honestly, it's kicky ball. I don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. And even the Euros made me realise how much I fucking hate it. It's just, it was addictive, but it was addictive.
I quite enjoyed it.
It spoke to so many of the games are boring that the text feed was more exciting than actually. The text feed was addictive because you're just waiting for the next update. Whereas
the games that England weren't playing in were quite good.
I thought the games that England were playing in were quite entertaining, to be fair.
Well,
anyway, we're not talking about the Euros. We're talking about the flipping
Olympics.
And yeah, proper like football. No, it's not really proper Olympics, is it? Tennis is not proper Olympics.
Rugby sevens is though.
Rugby sevens is fucking awesome. Yeah,
running fast and throwing shit. That's what the Olympics is about.
Which is what rugby sevens is running fast, throwing shit, and hitting people.
I think it should just be narrowed down to just the cycling events,
and the gymnastics,
and maybe some of the martial arts because we're quite good at that as well. Just anything we're quite good at, basically. I mean, has everyone seen the cardboard beds? Everyone's seen the cardboard beds at Olympic Village?
They're all over social media. Yeah, they're a good idea.
I think they look. I want to give one a go.
I think they did. I'm sure they did them in Tokyo as well.
Great idea. You've got thousands and thousands of athletes. When's the opening ceremony? Tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah, like tomorrow night. They're doing it like down the river, so it's like along the Seine. Nobody's quite sure how it's going to work or what it's going to involve.
They're going along boats.
You know the parade bit where all the athletes come in. They're on boats.
Yep.
And they finish at the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, it should be
Nice
should be
one,
quite
Jack.
impressive.
Apparently, BBC have said that football, rugby, archery, and handball have already started.
Yeah, I
I
think
love that they just sneak archery.
a lot
out.
of the stuff where
Gives
they've
a
got to
shit.
do like qualification rounds and things like that, where there's just going to be a lot of games. They do some initial stuff.
Handball
Always
good.
exciting.
is
Handball
great sport.
Is always exciting. Yeah,
Fucking
I'll go
vicious.
with
It's
that.
good.
And I like the 4 weeks of it that I give a fuck about it.
But that's what the Olympics is for. It's for really caring about niche things for a little bit and then just not having to worry about them again.
I know generally we're pretty good at the sailing, but there's way too much sailing. There's
No,
way too many
you shut
categories.
up. Steve Redgrave and Matthew Pinson are gods amongst men.
No, that's
okay?
rowing.
Fucking
We
same
keep
thing.
the rowing.
Same thing.
Duncan, is it in a boat?
Yeah.
It's fucking sailing, isn't it?
But
It's sailing.
one of them's at sea and the other one...
Excuse me,
Is
is it
on a
on
pond.
water?
Yeah.
Sailing. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think if boat stuff on water is sailing. That's all there is to it.
The sailing is so fucking boring to watch as well. Until like the final,
like
the
we
final
do
30
really
seconds.
specialise in like sports for posh rich people. So sailing, dressage.
Slalom canoeing.
Yeah.
Dressage, I'm pretty
Fencing.
certain you have to be a member of a royal family to do.
Yeah, or at least be able to like connect a
You
royal family
have
quite
to
quickly.
have enough free time where you become that fucking bored that you
like,
want to make a horse
so not
dance.
only enough free time and resources to become good at horse riding,
Yeah.
to become an utterly pointless form of horse riding.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not
Making
just
it
going to
walk
learn to. I'm not going to
sideways.
learn to ride a horse to race, to jump, to transport stuff around, to get from A to B. No. I'm going to make this horse prance sideways,
You might as well make
really slowly.
you might as well make crufts an Olympic sport.
It's
I will
because
watch,
essentially
isn't it?
The ever-living shit out of that if they did that.
the dogs are so happy.
When you're flicking through the TV and Crufts is on, you're watching Crufts. Obviously. It's just that, but bigger. And they don't run through a little tunnel. Although, new Olympic sport. The Crufts assault course scaled up to horse size.
They do
All
that.
the other rules are exactly the same.
They kind of do that. They've got
Poor
horses
fucker has to
on board.
run along next to the horse, going left, right, left, right.
That's what dressage is, isn't it?
Yeah,
No, but
that's
you're on
part
the
of
horse in
yeah.
dressage. This one, you're frantically trying to keep up with the horse, who's having a whale of a time and just wants to go on the seesaw again.
Here's a fun question. You have to do one of the gymnastics. Do you have to do a gymnastic? Which one are you doing? Have to do it.
I mean, I think I would probably do maybe the rings, because I could just dangle for upwards of 4 seconds and then land on the mat. And I think that is the one where I walk away with the least broken bones. Whereas, like, if you're told you're doing the vault, you may as well just put a grave at the end there that you run straight into.
I would do the floor routine just by going like this.
I just run around to Party Hard by Andrew WK. Yeah.
I like rhythmic gymnastics with the ribbon. Yeah.
Rolling.
Doing like the odd forward roll, yeah.
That you sort of
Attempting
go,
a
oh,
backward
ow, after.
roll.
Yeah.
And attempting a backward roll into things.
Or doing
attempt the
cartwheels
worm.
like my daughter does them, which just involve putting your hands on the floor and then jumping with your legs. And then going, did you see it?
Oh,
And I spend the whole
Well-
time like pointing at the crowd like this. Let's go.
I will say our youngest son because he used to do gymnastics. He loved the rings. He was really good. They were really impressed because he's just got this firm grip and just swung. And we're gonna make sure both of them watch the gymnastics, as we're gonna call it, and he would love the rings. Like,
Jack asked the question: would Olympic crufts go on the nationality of the dog or the owner? The owner.
dog. Oh no!
I mean,
sorry.
I've thought for a long time that the medal should go to the horse in dressage for the sheer embarrassment that it has to go through alone. Because you could kind of replace the rider with like a sack, and it's going to be the same sport. Horse knows
You know
what
what
it's
a royal
doing.
family
They're
is,
not
just
idiots.
a sack.
And yeah, I mean, we covered this on our last Olympics podcast, but that was 4 years ago. I've been a long time proponent of the idea that in the stadium, at the start of every event, one seat is selected at random, and that person joins the event, just to give you a baseline for what a normal human is like.
Yeah.
So there's none of this like looking at the guy that comes last in the 100 meters going, oh fuck, that was slow. Then the camera just holds on the finish line for a good 30 more seconds, and then somebody else toddles along.
So I've been thinking about this, because this is actually something that when the scouting combine comes round, they do in the NFL.
Nice.
So they get one of the hosts to, and now it runs a ton of money for charity. Just do this thing called Run Rich Run, and they get the host to do the 40-yard dash with like all these like super athletes, and it's brilliant because it makes you realize going, that 350-pound man ran it faster than him.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you did that, as you say, like if you get like, it'd be a bit difficult if you got like taekwondo and stuff like that.
No,
like getting it.
Just get in there, give it your best.
Actually, the funny one would be fencing, because you'd be like, aha, because everyone's done fencing with sticks, and you just think it's this, and then you just get owned.
The way everyone fences is you're trying to hit the other person's sword, which is not what you're doing in a real sword fight, is it?
No, you're stabbing.
I mean, you're not going to actually run them through, but yeah, they'd be out pretty quick.
I also would love someone to do the diving, but from the 10-meter board, because that, you think it's not that high, but you get up there, and are you going to go head first? No. Everyone normal.
I've jumped off a 10-meter board, like not dived off. I've jumped off, and that was fucking terrifying.
Exactly.
And that was a very long time ago as well.
Because if you're going to try and dive off, you're just going to flip over and land really badly, either on your back or just belly flop and just send this massive wave of water. I would. My belly's big. I'll probably sort of like hemorrhage everything inside.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious. I'm bringing up a list of sports that we can get excited by.
Mm-hmm. I actually enjoyed the BMX last time, and
it's so good. You're right.
love
BMX is great.
The speed climbing, because that was essentially watching Spider-Man.
Yeah, those people
were just.
I forgot that was even a thing. Yeah, that was great. You're right.
Yeah, the sport climbing.
It's just
BMX,
become I used to enjoy the X Games, and like.
I think there's the surfing this year, which they're doing in Tahiti. So it's roughly 10,000 miles away from the centre of Paris. And there's breakdancing as well, as previously discussed.
Is it next year they've added flag football? Flag NFL? I
think so, yeah.
Flag American football.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be so cool.
It is, yeah. I can't wait till America win that trophy.
Well, I mean, like, they're going to, aren't they?
Yeah. Like, who else would come close?
Yeah. Britain's had their turn at inventing sports and then winning at them. It's somebody else's go now.
I don't know. Like
what,
Germany,
when they rock up with Pat Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. Reporters like, have you been training? No.
No, it's kind of my job.
I'm actually eating fried chicken at the moment, and I've got some. I've got a.
Well, it's like when the basketball team turns up. It's insane. The level of talent on that team is insane,
and the level of not really putting much visible effort in.
Yeah, yeah.
The US don't always totally own the basketball because some of the Eastern European countries.
Basketball is more of a worldwide sport than football is.
Yeah,
not for America.
Yeah, it's not really much around here, but it is actually pretty widespread, isn't it?
Wrestling's fun. Oh, is the Greco-Roman wrestling still a thing?
No, they dropped that.
I think was that one of the like wild cards.
I think that was one of the wrestlings got dropped.
Oh, that's a shame.
And also, I think it's not. What was it? There was the pentathlon, and then there was the one that was the silly pentathlon.
Do you mean the modern pentathlon?
The modern
pentathlon's still a thing.
Which is the silly pentathlon?
So the modern pentathlon is horses, water, running, shooting, fencing, more water, and what looks like a baby carrier on this diagram here. I'm pretty certain it's probably not.
I believe it's cross country. It's
more horses.
cross country
more
running.
horses. Yeah. Triathlon's still a thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were pretty good at that.
Those people are fucking nuts. That one's bonkers.
yeah. Just don't do triathlons.
I used to fancy the idea of giving a triathlon a go. Not anymore, because I'm over 40 now. And I'm not that insane. But
Basically the same thing as doing a triathlon, isn't it? Thinking about doing one 10 years ago.
Yeah, pretty well.
American basketball team barely beat Sudan last week or so ago. They're just warming up. They'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't worry
they may
about
have been actively sleeping.
Yeah.
You know what? GB is pretty good at netball.
Yeah. Field hockey as well. I always love the field hockey as well.
Emma hates it. I love it. But you and I, Dan, I know why you and I love the hockey.
Used to love playing that game.
That was great.
They're doing the 3-on-3 basketball, which is good fun.
Oh, that's cool. But the problem with, I personally think, the hockey in the Olympics is just put for pussies. They've got too much. The goalies have too much safety equipment. Who needs that, Dan?
Yeah, exactly. Shin pads and a big coat. That's all you need for hockey.
Just golf bats as well. And a wooden fence strap.
Our school, for context, our school didn't take field hockey very seriously because we were very much a rugby school. So when we decided we wanted to play, they dug out the goalie kits, and they all had like rusty nails sticking out of them. It was safer not to wear them.
It looked like something from the Grim Dark.
So like, when I played in goal in hockey, I was wearing football shin pads and just my coat, like my outdoor winter coat.
You did have a helmet, at least.
No, it was just a face mask. But even that was like, I'm not sure. Like it was. I felt
like
as
you
if
wore oven gloves as well, or was it cricket gloves?
It was cricket gloves, yeah. It felt as if like I'd travelled through time. You know when you see like time travelers and like American football players turn up and they're still in like the leather helmets and stuff. That's what it felt like. Still, great time though. Was had by all. I enjoyed it immensely.
It was so much fun.
Luckily, everyone was too shit to hit me in the head, so that was always nice. What was I going to say? I've forgotten. I love the fact they just put athletics. Like that isn't 50% of this.
Well, it's just one thing.
Yeah, athletics.
You won an athletic.
Yeah. Moped cycling as well. The weird one that I couldn't tell you what the rules are.
The Kieran.
Yeah. Well, love that.
Every 4 years you learn the rules to it and then you immediately forget it again.
I don't think I've ever actually fully learnt the rules to it.
That's what
the Kieran
Victoria Pendleton won the Kieran for us, didn't she?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so did Chris Hoy. Chris Hoy used to do it quite. I mean, Chris Hoy used to do a lot of them, but the Kieran is the motorbike. They've got rid of that. No, have they got rid of the Kieran? They've got rid of one of the.
I hope the little.
They've got rid of one of them. But I can't remember.
They just look at it and go, "It's a bit silly, isn't it?"
Track cycling.
Well, they were just like.
No, they're doing the Kieran.
Yeah,
and the Omnium as well, which is another.
I love the Omnium.
The Omnium is one where you start slow and then it's a sprint, right?
Something like. I mean, like how many?
It's a mix.
Somebody's just coming up with weird ways of like. You got to go up the top and then down a bit again.
What's the one where you've got the person in front and they go slowly, and then
that's the team sprint, isn't it?
Sprint pursuit.
Oh, is it?
Okay. Yeah,
that's great. I love that.
Sorry, the pursuit. Yeah, that's really good fun because like they sort of slow down to the point of falling off, don't they?
Yeah,
I think that's what they're trying to get people to do.
Yeah.
Well, when the European Championships were in Glasgow for the cycling, we did go, and it was amazing. Going to watch the track cycling was great.
I bet it looks amazing in person. Yeah.
I get the feeling you don't get the concept of how fast they're actually going on TV, as well.
Yeah, it's hard to convey that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And the noise and the size of their legs.
Oh, you definitely get that. Yeah.
Well, that comes across. Chris Hoy has got ridiculous legs. Is it roller skating or something? Skateboarding is the thing, isn't it? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Skateboarding's
What they
yeah.
need to bring in is roller derby. I would watch
Fucking
the
yes,
shit.
I would watch that as
That's
well.
a very good sport to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, but so skateboarding is all like 13-year-olds, isn't it? That's what I
No.
seem to remember.
No,
Not
there's a guy-
exclusively, but it does seem to be. Yeah.
One of the Team GB, he's only Team GB because he was born in Luton and his mum's from Bedfordshire or something. But he's Canadian.
Same place, but okay, sure.
Yeah, but somewhere else that's not Luton.
I think
Luton feels-
Sky Brown lives in LA as well, doesn't she? She's
Yeah.
basically American.
Yeah, and so Sky Brown is our youngest. This Canadian guy or British Canadian, whatever, used to skate with Tony Hawk, and he only just qualified. He is in his 40s.
Amazing.
He is one of our older competitors, and he just made it in for the skateboarding, which is great. And Sky Brown did a really nice thing of, she wasn't going to go in a competition, but she did because if she won, it wasn't just for her qualification, but if she did well enough, it meant one of her friends from another nation would qualify. So she went out and did well in this competition, actually to help a friend who couldn't compete qualify,
Nice.
which was really nice. She was like, I want my friend there.
She was going for the surfing as well. I think she's just good at anything that involves sliding around on a board.
Where did you say the surfing's happening?
Tahiti.
What?
Well, it's sort of French, and there's no surfing at this time of year off the coast of France. Not reliably. So, yeah, they're doing it there.
Can
you imagine? I'm afraid we're going to have to send you to Tahiti.
We could actually...
Oh, no.
We do, if we're entering, we do... Surfing is pretty big over here, so...
Yep.
I think we didn't qualify for it.
Oh, no.
Did we not?
No.
You thought we'd do all right because we don't want to fall off the board because it's fucking freezing.
No, there's nobody. No, there's no Team GB representation in the surfing. I think Sky Brown has a possibility of competing in like a wild card rule thing, but I don't really understand how it works.
That's going to be quite good fun.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that the Olympics is becoming more and more X Games.
Yeah, X Games was awesome.
It's still the classics, still the running and the throwing and the jumping.
Yeah.
Is bowls still in there?
No, I think that was one of those, like, you know how they have like guest sports and stuff.
It was in for a while.
I mean, let's face it, bowls is just the shit version of curling, isn't it?
Yeah. Because at least with curling, you've got the broom.
And the athletics track is purple.
Ooh.
Yeah, cheeky. So, to sort of vaguely link this to what we normally do, so we've been through some of the Olympic sports. Who is your last minute guest sub for any sport that you want to pop in there? Who's just going to go in and dominate something?
I'll give my lazy answer, the one I gave before, which is Superman in every sport.
Yeah, just to shut up the Batman versus Superman people.
Yeah, Batman ain't competing in the Olympics. Yeah, but Batman, Jack and Batman.
But yeah, because he could literally compete in all of them at the same time.
Yeah. By the way, I went to see Deadpool last night.
Oh, really? Good.
I was going to go see it again today. That's how much yeah.
It does sound like it's pretty good. Was it fun?
I liked it a lot. An awful lot. The cameos are awesome.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone's just slightly worried that it was going to sort of disappear up itself, but I don't know.
No, I think it sticks the landing, to be honest with you. Sticks the superhero landing. Like, it's... Some people didn't like it. I really liked it.
Is Rob Delaney in it again?
Yep.
Awesome.
That's Pete.
That is good enough for me.
Yeah. And we got Dogpool as well. I fucking love Dogpool. And it's just nice seeing Hugh Jackman again. And here's the thing that always gets missed with... I feel the same way about Rick and Morty as well. Which is that what gets missed about Rick and Morty is that, yes, the episodes are generally funny, but also just genuinely a little bit heartfelt. And Deadpool films have all done that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, like the emotional side of things is just played pretty straight up, isn't it?
That is this, and it's a really nice ending to the Fox side of things as well. Like that's what I would say. It does a really good job of being that.
Oh, cool.
Basically. Yeah. So yeah. Jack says Araman would be my shout. Lots of shenanigans. What would Araman be good at? Apart from turning his own friends into dust.
Well, Erebus would automatically just be disqualified because he will cheat and dick.
Erebus would be a good target. Fuck that prick.
However, he's probably actually part of the Russian Federation medical team.
That'd be Fabius Bile.
Yeah.
That's
Fabius Bile.
Injecting people.
Yeah.
You find Araman he would sort of like
balls.
everyone would sort of think that they've won, and then they're standing on the podium receiving the medal, except then it turns out to be a dream and their arms have fallen off.
I'd like to see Araman in the skateboarding on his little disc.
Yep.
Yes,
that's the way forward, I think.
Obviously, he wouldn't be able to do things like the gymnastics or the sport climbing because he can't. If he just sees a little bowl of dust around, he'll assume it's one of his friends and break down in tears.
Can't put his hand in there.
Yeah.
And much like the Emperor's
Jeff.
Children couldn't, because they'll assume it's people and they'll snort it. My favourite stories. Turning people into dust, like on Terror, and then just snorting them.
They just couldn't be bothered with the Siege of Terror and just went off to inject people instead.
The Emperor's Children's I haven't read that far ahead, but is there I'd like a whole book on what the Emperor's Children did during the Siege of Terror.
I mean, yeah, if you read the Siege of Terror books, it goes into it. Like there's a hive that they've basically set up shop in, and
yeah, it sounds pretty grim.
But like, yeah, they sort of, I think like some of the first traitor forces to get onto the walls are Emperor's Children, and then they get the shit kicked out of them and are like, we out. we're gonna go and play with people who don't fight back.
I love the Emperor's Children. They're so fun. They're so stupid. So pervy. Yeah, Araman I've got as a skateboarding. Like nice. I'm doing quite well probably on his little board. He has to. That involves some dexterity to stay on that little disc, doesn't it? So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Played a lot of Tony Hawk back in the day, so he knows what he's doing.
Go on, Duncan. Like we stick with 40k. What's Leontis doing?
Dressage. Obviously.
Go Constantine.
Yeah.
Because he took his horse up onto the battlement. He's up everywhere. He took Constantine up onto the battlement to make sure everyone could see him.
Yeah.
He can take that horse everywhere.
Also, that horse is like 3/4 robot, isn't it? So presumably it can do things like just move sideways and maybe hover a bit if necessary.
I mean, it's also a bit like Trigger's broom.
Yeah.
In the sense that it's not really a horse anymore. He might as well be riding a dreadnought. But a load of people don't like the Leontis model. I fucking love the Leontis model.
It's a cracking model.
It's so Imperial Guard, it's ridiculous. Just fucking there on a horse. Fuck your power armor. Fuck your dreadnoughts.
There's not
fuck your
cavalry.
force fields. He's got force field. But fuck you. I'm going to be there on a fucking horse. Yeah.
The Sisters of Battle could look really cool on horses.
Oh, you should have like a horse unit.
Definitely. They could definitely do a horse unit.
I would prefer it if they're like actually riding like heretics in scenes of battle.
They basically do have that already.
Yeah, true.
Right, if we're sticking 40k, my nomination will be the Sidonian Skratos for the high jump, which is the Admech stilts sniper guy.
Yes.
Done.
That came and went so quickly that I forgot what it was called. But yeah,
I bet every single one of those models by now has had the legs snapped.
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
And there's a big blobby lump in the middle where they've been glued back together 4 times.
Yeah.
Like, I think some Drukari doing either, like, I think they could get into the cycling because there's always crashes, but like the track cycling, like the Kirin or the Omnium, where they all get bunched up, but it would just become a bit elbowy and slabby.
The Kirin, but the little moped thing has jet engines and blades all over it.
I had Orc's Speed Cult for cycling.
See, it would work. Both of them would love it.
Also, have we seen that new game they've got coming out?
Yeah, it looks fucking great.
The Orc, it's like Mario Kart with Orc buggies, effectively. It's crossed with like Carmageddon.
It looks awesome, yeah.
It looks pretty good. Well, I mean, of course it looks pretty good as a trailer. It looks like a lot of fun. It might be dog shit. Remember,
Jack's brought up
Games Workshop games are often dog shit.
Jack's brought up a fun point. Has everyone seen the Cotias model?
Yeah, it's a bit not as good as
the
original.
worst fucking model I've seen in the last 20 years. I have no idea what they thought they were fucking doing with that one. It's fucking rank. Like, I'm sorry, whoever sculpted it. Maybe if they could give you some time to do the next one, but it's fucking. It looks. How have they made it look worse than the one that's like 18, 20 years old?
I don't know.
Oh,
this is a younger looking Courtiers.
Yeah,
they've made him younger, and it's just like
his armor looks fucking awful as well. Like, he just looks so out of proportion.
The eagle looks good.
He's got massive, like Clooney and Batman nipples on his armor.
Yeah. Jack said the eagle looks good until what Jack said earlier in the week, which is someone put on Twitter, I think it was, that it looks like someone's accidentally cut the sprue out and used that to glue the eagle onto the base. It's just fucking awful. Like, the agents of the Imperium, they could have, and the Grey Knight still barely reaches nips. This is true. Like, the best of the best, like, Space Marines literally come up to his shoulders. The eagle is terrible, I agree. It's the Agents Imperium, I think, is I think they've done a fucking horrible job with that so far. We're getting one model and it's terrible. There's no Agents of Imperium army rule. It's all detachment rules. I think it's a shame. I think it's a really good opportunity to do something really fun. And
someone mentioned that actually the battle force with the sisters is better than the battle force you got for the sisters. Sense.
Yeah, the battle force for the sisters was what, 15 Seraphim or something, wasn't it? And
it was all flying stuff,
and except for the Exorcist.
Yeah, well, yeah. Tank. But other than that, it was Seraphim, the Canonis with the jetpack.
Yeah. Which is a cool model.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They're so fucking hit or miss at the moment. Like, it's 50% of what they release is trash, like, models wise, and 50% is really good. All of the Dark Angels models, perfect, look fucking incredible.
Yeah, but like, pretty much everything for Age of Sigmar is a hit.
Yeah, absolutely. But they've done a great job with Age of Sigmar. But 40k is like just the fucking shield captain or whatever it was for Custodes. Custards. Not good. Hey, now at least you can buy those Blackstone models separately. Yeah, I'm so glad I bought the Blackstone Fortress box. That being said, it's a fun game, so maybe we could play it at some point. But yeah. Anyway, Lympics. Last one on 40k from me. The Lion. I mean, he's definitely doing fencing. With his big old sword.
I would say Magnus is doing bowls.
Why?
Fucking nerd.
Just
because he's a nerd.
Amazing. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I would very much like to get Jason Statham back for the diving, because he never actually made it to the Olympics.
No,
he tried for Seoul in '88 and Barcelona in '92, and he never qualified. So I think he should come back in a sort of a legends spot, and we can get the glory that is Jason Statham diving for Team GB.
Yep, works for me.
Mm-hmm.
I will happily see him in a small pair of swimming trunks. That works for me.
Yeah. I thought exactly the same swimming trunks as Tom Daly.
Yeah.
I thought Master Chief doing like the shooting would be quite good, all of it.
Yeah, but like maybe he's shit without his suit.
Nah.
Because is he allowed to wear the Mjolnir armor?
Why not?
Because that's got all sorts of like auto targeting and balance.
Yeah, but have you seen also what they do with the archery? They have all the balance, and the competitive archery is like, that's not a proper longbow. Come on, I want longbow.
So it's a completely different branch of archery. Recurve, compound, and like longbow is its own separate thing. Because it's very different, but yeah, they're not like, you can't have any like mechanization in those stabilizers, so they're just counterweights. You can't have anything like actively compensating for anything.
Still that.
But
crazy ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure
for sailing, I was going to say Moana.
I love that. That's really good.
That would look quite cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, for archery, I would have said Meredith. I like Brave. Fuck you all if you don't like it.
I mean, no one was railing against Brave, though. We all.
Yeah, I mean that really came out. No one's criticised Brave at all. Yeah. I quite liked it.
I'm actively avoiding the camera right now, which is kind of silly. Give me a second. Let me get back into the centre. I
was enjoying how you just like
sliding back. I'm very tired. I was just like leaning back. Yeah.
I was going to put Agent 47 up for the modern pentathlon because it basically sounds like the stuff that you'd do in a level of Hitman anyway. So, you might need to do a bit of fencing, swim a bit, ride a horse for a bit, shoot somebody, and then run. That is the modern pentathlon. That is also most Hitman levels. So I think sure
the competition I'm most looking forward to is Legolas versus Hawkeye in the archery.
Yeah, with their infinite quivers of arrows as well.
Yeah.
Aomer in any of the horsing.
Nah, that's below Aomer.
No, Aomer in the fencing is dick fencing.
I mean, Aragorn's pretty handy with a sword. Maybe pretty good in the fencing.
Mm-hmm.
Would be. I mean, we could all go through the list of people that are good with swords in films. That might take a while. Errol Flynn, he was pretty good with a sword. Let's. The
other one for dressage, I would say, would be Binky, Death's horse.
No, I think he's above that. I don't think Binky would be up for being in the dressage.
I had BoJack Horseman. Actually, I think he'd be fucking awful thinking about it.
Or just sort of like, just collapse over the first thing and pass out.
Yeah.
Nice.
What else we got?
I think that's me about tapped.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just really looking forward to caring about some sports that I'd previously expected zero interest in.
I go from naught to expert in seconds during the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
but that's I think like that's to be encouraged. That's good.
I think so. I think so too.
I look forward to cheering on our fabulous rowers.
Are they any good this year?
It's all called sailing, just to clarify.
Yeah.
Anything on any boat on any water.
It's called oar sailing, actually, I think you'll find.
We usually pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think we've got some medal hopes in the different types of slalom canoe.
Is that the one where they sort of fire you out of a little bridge at the start for no obvious reason,
and you just have to not get twatted by the poles?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, that looks It's like a genuinely dangerous water slide. That looks like a lot of fun to watch. Yeah,
it does. It's all fun, though, isn't it? I'll watch all
Until
of it.
someone gets hurt.
Yeah, it's true. The same as anything, really, isn't it? I didn't realize the Olympics was this soon. I am over the fucking moon about this news.
yeah.
Like,
well,
I'm
like I
excited.
say, it's the opening ceremony is tomorrow. They're not going to do any actual sporting.
Is it sailing if the boat has no sails? Yes, that's called oar sailing.
Is it on water in a boat? Then yeah, it's sailing.
Sailing.
I love how you're doing this just to wind me up.
Steve Redgrave and Matthew Pinson were some of the greatest sailors of all time.
Yeah, they were stick sailors.
Stick sailors, exactly, yeah.
If you want to get really technical about it, but it's all broadly sailing.
Yeah, it's all the same thing, really.
It's not like any of it matters, like the difference between the different cycling events.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot, like, they're not just different ways of a bike going round and round and round and round a track as fast as they can.
There's so many, it's so intricate.
A lot more tactical. It's got a richer history. It ties into more areas of our sort of culture and
people misunderstand what Redgrave and Pinson were doing. What they would do is hold their oar up into the air, and then that would catch the wind, and that would move them along the water.
Well, I mean, how else do you move a boat?
Exactly, that's it.
There's literally no other way.
Yeah. Yeah, as the famous nursery rhyme goes, sail, sail, sail your boat gently down the stream. So, you know. Yeah. You done yet, Duncan? Or do we want to start talking? Or do we need to start talking about how dolphins are fish?
No, I'm spent.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, like to be a fish is just a life strategy.
Yeah.
And interestingly, a dolphin is probably more closely related to a salmon than a salmon is to a shark.
Yeah. Well, sharks are mammals. That makes sense.
Yeah. They're all fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a life strategy.
Yeah.
But I mean, also they're like, they're like pointy things that live in the water. They're clearly all fish.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
So are ducks.
They are surface fish.
Chickens of the sea.
Yeah. Yeah.
In 15th century Europe, monastic life, ducks were fish.
Is that because they wanted to eat them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I love all those stories. I want to eat that. So that is a fish now.
I can eat it on a Friday when I can't eat, when I really want some meat.
Well, if they hadn't wanted to do this, God wouldn't have made them so fucking delicious. So, there we go.
Jack's favourite fish is the platypus. I agree.
Yeah. Which is definitely a fish because it lays eggs.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
Well, I think we've all learned something tonight.
Just like all fish and only fish do.
Yeah. Yeah. This all makes sense to me. Should we wrap it up?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm away for a dolphin egg on toast after this.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you, Handies.
Thank you, Handies. We are going to go now but I'm going to get excited for Lympics. Do you know what's a shame? I like Lympics when it's in like a country that means I've got to go up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to watch it.
Yeah, I like a slightly exciting time at like what time of day is it going to be there?
Yeah.
Like you never know. It's going to be the same offset no matter when you're
watching. You could work it out on the first attempt, but no.
Yeah. But yeah, like it's like Tokyo was really good for that. Like
yeah, perfect.
It's morning there. It was really good. But there's not going to be much of that.
No, because it's like an hour, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, watch Lympics. Lympics is always fun. That's what I suggest to absolutely everyone.
Yeah.
It's always fun. You'll find something you want to watch.
We'll be back in a couple of weeks to review it and decide who won.
Yeah. We did. That's who won.
Because nobody wins the Olympics, do they?
Yeah. There's like a scoreboard and everything.
Well, there's like the medal table, but you don't get like the winning team doesn't like the team that gets the most medals.
I will say, if America weren't so fucking good at everything, we'd probably take it a bit more seriously as to like who wins the Olympics.
There's two ways of calculate. So you do it either by just number of medals, or like 3 points for a gold, 2 for a silver, 1 for a bronze, and then basically every country just uses the version that favours them the most when they're doing their medal tables. Because I don't think there's is there like I don't know if there is like an official.
The BBC always do it based on the number of golds.
Yeah. But I bet if the other way around favoured us, we'd switch. Because I might be making this up, but I don't think there is like an official IOC certified medal table. I think that's just something that people make up for
It
themselves.
feels like they're missing a trick if there isn't one.
But I think that's meant to be like not the point of it.
Fuck that. I want to know who's best. What's the best country? Tell me who the best country is.
Which one is best?
Yeah.
I mean,
if you're about to come up with the answer, you have to wait until the end of the Olympics, because that is how we decide what country is best.
I mean, it's a bit unfair on the countries that like literally give no shit about anything.
Then they should have been better at it then, shouldn't
Be better at it then, yeah.
Send everyone about it and get better at dressage.
Apart from the countries that like do the weightlifting and the wrestling.
Yeah, I love the rando countries where people have just been lifting tractors or whatever, just like, and they're fucking just jacked.
This guy comes out and he is literally a cube.
Yeah.
Like, well, okay, I think he's going to be pretty good at this.
It's like the only things that Kazakhstan or something is good at is like big beefy guys.
I love that shit. Forgot about the weightlifting.
It's a glimpse of the world's strongest man.
Yeah.
Now that it should be an Olympic sport.
Fucking love World's Strongest Man. Yes, I agree.
And World's Strongest Woman.
Oh my god, it should be an Olympic sport. You're right.
Whenever World's Strongest Man is on, I immediately think that I'm hungover on New Year's Day because that seemed to be the only thing they showed. And yeah, I'm sure it's some of the same people still competing in it.
Yeah. It's hard not to be the world's strongest man once you're the world's strongest man.
Mm-hmm.
Right, with that, we're going to go. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Duncan, thank you, buddy.
Thank you. And thank you, Handies. And I promise that we'll be a bit more organised. What are we talking about?
probably shouldn't promise that.
Let's not make promises we've got no intention of keeping.
Yeah. Russ, thank you very much.
Laters, boys.
Yeah. We'll be back next week, probably, to talk something different, I'd imagine. If you want to contact us, hit us up on Twitter. It's just at TMTOH. If you want to contact me, let's be honest, it's at TMTOH on Instagram as well. It's just my Instagram account now. And come join the Discord. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, that's awesome. What if you just send me a message? You'll find it on most toilet walls. The number that is. Thank you very much for listening. With that, we are going to go. And I will say, cue the music.